everybody, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are having a great day. If not, hopefully I can make your day a little bit better. We're back on Stanley Parable. Yeah. Figured we could try and get some more endings, at least see if we can, and just mess with the narrator a little. Or a lot, technically, especially if I'm gonna be going away from what he wants me to do. So, yeah. This is about to be fun. Oh boy, okay, let's just get into it, because it's what's
This is
interesting.
the story of a man.
Yeah. Oh, welcome back. What'd I get? Quit the game and start it again. Okay. Okay, we are back. I try to
All
know.
of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Let's see if I can find some ways, because, like, I know there's so many doors. And it just looks like it could end up going these different ways. And stuff. Like, look at that! Like, it looks like that'd be something somewhere I could go, even over there, etc. Like, I kind of want to. Even that's odd.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Do I want to be nice? Or do I want to be mean? I'll be nice.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Now this is the part where I knew there was
Stanley
something
walked
different.
upstairs to his boss's office.
Remember, this just creeped me out. Just that red light.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing
Why
his
is it
boss,
typing?
admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
Oh no.
Why did doors
Oh
close
no.
automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Oh.
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and
This
thinking?
is getting interesting.
Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself? Believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew
Okay,
for
what's
certain
happening?
beyond a doubt
How
that
much
this
am I
was
gonna
in
have
fact
to
a dream.
loop this?
Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back,
Oh dear.
the fresh air of a world outside this one.
Oh jeez.
Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine.
I don't like where this is going.
I am okay.
I don't like where this is going. What? Huh?
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I
I
have
like
a
this
boss.
music.
I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black. This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Oh no.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other.
Oh no.
She arose, got dressed,
Oh, no.
gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
What? Just... okay? Not what I expected. At all. Anyway, she performed. Like, that was... Wait.
All of his co-workers were
Okay, I
gone.
was gonna say.
What could it mean?
It's just-
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Wasn't talking.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, I gotta figure out, is there anything I can do to get anywhere? Doors I can open.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the
Oh,
office, but it
shut.
didn't make a single difference. Nor
Yeah,
did it advance the story in any way.
yeah. Yeah, I don't care. I'm still touching. Touching? Oh. Huh? Well, what is that for? It's something, isn't it? It's gotta be something, right? I feel like it is. It's a question of, is it? And how do I mess with it more? Or is there like some spot I gotta go to? Something along those lines. Yeah, because like there's stuff back there.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yeah, there's even that. It's like there's so much, it seems like it would be something. This is the Ultra Deluxe Edition, so it's supposed to have more endings. Oh, wait.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
I don't know why, I just don't remember this from last time. Or did I never officially... No, I know we did officially go down this way.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Can't be waiting here a little bit, buddy. My job is to annoy you.
Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
Ouch! Just ouch! It's messed up.
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue, but when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
You're still talking. Wouldn't exactly say there's no more dialogue now, would I? Would I? Like, I'm just gonna wait to see if he starts talking again. Just gonna give it a couple seconds. Number 1, dad. It's like some... What do these mugs say? I can't see it because I can't crouch or anything. I think this one right here says "Be my Valentine." This one just says "I hate Mondays" or something. Fuel, just fuel on that one. Mug. Coffee nut. That's okay. I don't think he's gonna genuinely give me anything else. It'd be kind of interesting if he did. It was just like gonna take a long ass time. I'm just gonna, I guess, move along.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Oh wait, this was the other thing, wasn't it? Yeah. Wait, was this the way I went? There are so many endings. I guess we'll do this now.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Caution, do not lie. If you are lying right now, stop. Okay, that's something. I mean, straightforward. I don't know why this exists, but it does, apparently. I guess I'm going this way now. Nothing? Nothing? Okay. I think quite literally I'm supposed to go this. That's the way out! Though. And the lights are on to the car. Wait, that's a way out. Penalty for misuse of cargo lift. $1,000. Penalty for jumping off the cargo lift. $5,000. But if you jump off the cargo lift, I don't know if you'd be alive.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
So I don't know why do
I
you want
realize that
me to pay a
investing your
penalty.
trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you
I kind of
all
want
this
to
time.
jump
There's
off
someone you've
here
been
and go through
neglecting,
that door.
Stanley. Someone
We
you've
have so many
forgotten
endings to
about.
go through. Okay,
Please,
we're gonna come
stop
back
trying to
and we're
make
gonna
every
try and
decision
get
by
to
yourself.
that door.
Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm
But
asking for
when we're gonna go
her.
this way for her. Oh, we
This
talk
is it,
about my
Stanley.
supposed wife.
Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life.
I'm so confused.
She's been waiting.
Who are you talking about? I'm assuming this is some supposed wife or something. I don't know. That is darkness.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
I almost don't want to, just to see what happens. Wait. I guess we'll pick up the phone. Hell no. Oh? Oh?
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread
Oh.
out of the oven.
Oh!
All right.
Ooh.
Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha.
Oh, come on!
Come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife?
You are a
Who wanna
horrible
commit their
human.
life to you?
Well,
I'm
once I
trying
have
to
to say
make
you're
a
a
point
human
here,
being,
Stanley.
you're kind of
I'm
a.
trying to get you to see something. Come inside.
Well, exactly.
Let me
Say
show you
you're
what's really going on here.
a human being. You're just horrible of a You're just a horrible narrator. I don't.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Oh, come on. I don't want to. Be fairly honest with you. I kind of don't want to practice.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Why?
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do.
Okay, it's not much else I
Now
can
he's
do.
pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch.
Whoa.
Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Clearly not much else
But
I
in
can
his
do,
mind,
so...
in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him. And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
X to spend time with the book. What?
So he went further.
Okay.
He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he
Just
could
trying
go
to
through either.
figure out what's going on
At
here.
last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
You're boring me here, dude.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable. It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Okay.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
How impressionate. I'm doing what he's asking. I don't think he's gonna say anything. If he doesn't say anything pretty soon, I'm just gonna press it, but this game makes you sit here, especially if you're like looking for dialogue or something. Or just something different to happen. I'm gonna like try and find like every single ending on here that I possibly can. And also comment down below, let me know if you guys know any know ways to get to certain endings, etc. Like if there's like another one to this, like somehow doing something differently and just gives a different kind of, ending. He ain't saying nothing. So I guess I'm just gonna press it.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Press it to question nothing.
I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again. And Stanley pushed
the words
a
on the
button.
screen,
And I tried.
Oh? What on earth just happened? Huh? What? Huh? I think it's normal. I think it's...
All of his co-workers were gone. What could
Okay.
it mean? Stanley decided to go to
Since
the
the
meeting
full
room.
restart,
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers. Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Oh! Oh! Oh wait, there's another. That's another. Oh. Wait, do I do it across multiple? Oh. Okay. That's gonna come up in a later video, more than likely. Quite possibly. I don't know. How long have I been going for? 23 minutes.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors,
so we're gonna try and
that this
go back.
was not the correct way to the meeting room,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Stanley knew it perfectly well.
I don't
Perhaps
care.
he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
We have
Wow.
like so many
Yes,
endings to try and
this
get.
room.
No, I want to
But
see what
eager
that
to get back to
code
business,
does, but I think
Stanley
like I
took the first
enter
open
one
door on
through
his
each
left.
thing, but getting new endings is not exactly
Stanley was so
quick.
bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Okay, so I want to get
Look, Stanley,
here
I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong
because
foot
I
here.
think I
I'm not your
can
enemy,
if I
really, I'm not.
time it
I
right.
realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you... What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen
knew
to
it.
you? What?
I knew
I don't know how
it.
to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful.
Danger
Look,
everywhere.
let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side.
I
Give me a
don't really
chance.
trust you, considering in the first video, you tried to kill me. Before you straight up blew up the building and killed me. It seems like you're against me, not really with me. It doesn't seem like you have my best intention, like the best intentions for me in your mind. It kind of seems like you're just out to end me. Really, personally, it just does not seem like it. It's not like you can hear me, but still. Now it's just silent. I don't like that.
Now listen carefully, this is important.
Oh.
Stanley walked through the red door.
Oh. Oh, okay, I'm gonna have to come back here again. Okay, I'm gonna listen to him.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time?
I genuinely doubt
The problem
it.
is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you
I'm
see
running
that
in
it's killing us,
circles.
Stanley?
I'm running in
wanted
circles.
To stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
Huh. Okay.
What do we want? What are we looking for? Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we
Okay.
just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy.
Okay. A lot of lights, but
No, wait. Where are you going? Right. Where were we?
oh, there's more colors. So what's happening? I want to sit here just to see what happens, but I know I should go through that door. I have a feeling this might end up being a longer video than I want it to be. Because it probably already is. Yeah, it's almost 30 minutes. What is happening here? Why is just everything changing? I'm like afraid to completely watch through it because
Oh no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
I know, but I have to. I'm sorry.
Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing.
There's no other way, man. I ain't staying there for eternity. I can't just stay there for eternity. I'm so sorry. I'm coming back here anyway. Maybe. Never through this blue door. That's a whole another situation.
No!
I'm sorry.
Oh, thank God.
I'm alive. I'm
You
alive.
had me worried there for a moment. Now, can we please get back to the other room?
What's that? It's like just some drawing.
There. See? This is what you want. This is where we can both be happy. We really can. If we stop moving, we just have to stop moving.
Mm-hmm. I'm messing with this guy.
Stanley, Go back. There's nothing good that can come from this. No. No, no, what are you doing? Do you just not believe me? What can I say to convince you? Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for me?
He sounds so sad.
Is this really how much you dislike
I
my
don't
game?
dislike your
That you'll throw
game!
yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it?
No!
You're literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being
No!
happy. Am I
That's
reading
not-
the situation correctly?
No! He's hurting me. Emotionally. It's nothing with you. I need to find the other enemies, man. I'm sorry.
Maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along.
I
guess
know.
that was
I'm
too much to
sorry.
ask. It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours.
I feel so bad for him right now. Like, he sounds so sad. I'm so sorry to him. Like, I was hating on him earlier.
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
Oh man, that's oh, ouch. Oh, I feel so bad for him. And now I'm about to disobey him more.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Okay, I was gonna
Stanley
say,
decided to
it's
go to
gonna
the
be...
meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh man, I'm so sorry.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
I know, Okay, nothing with a coat this time. I don't see anything for it. You know what? It's gonna be a bit of a longer video.
New content? What does that mean, new content?
Only if I want to. But okay. Alright, this is happening.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable
something.
was a video game released in 2013 on home computers.
Okay.
After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
Okay, what am I getting myself into now?
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure
gonna be a
it's
longer
just the
video.
beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
I already know it. Nothing?
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere? Or...
Yeah, we definitely should be.
Here we go.
Here we go.
All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
Okay.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if
Sorry.
Let's see the content. Gimme the content, Stanley.
Okay. I mean, I'm going with,
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
I can jump. Damn it. Shouldn't do it. Oh, damn it.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
So we're off. Man.
Goodness, another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive.
Yeah, I
It's
can
just
definitely say the
elevators
same.
and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content?
No, it
If
really
this is new
doesn't.
content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could counter 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait. There's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
It's about to be something stupid, isn't it?
That's
Yeah.
it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley?
Yeah, I
This
see
is
it.
what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to
Yep.
market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In
Yep.
fact, I'm looking right now at the game's trophies, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test trophy, please ignore."
Oh.
What quality assurance department signed off on this?
I've seen that one.
I'm
I've
infuriated
seen
and
it.
I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold
Oh.
them personally accountable.
Me and the narrator can
It's
agree
my
on
fault,
something.
Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could
It's
never have
okay.
lived up to such expectations.
You're fine. It wasn't your
If you're
fault. You
still
didn't
with me,
know.
why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always.
Yeah.
What do you say,
Me driving you
friend?
nuts. Sure. Oh, okay. So I'm automatically gonna do it. Okay. Oh. This ain't my off. This ain't normal. What the narrator? Dude, you here? I kind of want to hear your voice right now. What the? Okay, that's where I'm supposed to be.
Psst. Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
That's the way. Okay. Want to listen to him? Okay. Because that would probably just let me back to normal, wouldn't it? So it looked like it was.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look.
Aww. Making me not age anymore. Ooh, look at
I
this.
call it the memory zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
Huh. It's cool.
You see, Stanley, doesn't the memory zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap PlayStation port?
Hey!
Remember back in October of 2013 when the
I'm
game
playing on
originally
PlayStation.
launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
There's monthly shapes. Okay. Stanley Parable Collector's Edition. Oh, there's an audience award. Video Games Festival. British ordered to Bruce Stanley. Okay, you just put a tape saying the Stanley Parable. Oh, that's just okay. The original remake. Stanley Parable. Huh. Huh. Okay. So because it happened to that memory lane. It's just seriously $1. I want it, you know, please, thank you, you know, I would like to, no, okay. Achieve what was possible to get to this achievement, go outside, don't play for 5 years. Oh, well, that's the image you want to see. It's a bunch of random stuff, okay, what's in here now?
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore.
Yes, it is.
It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
What the? Okay. Person of the year. Oh, it's the buttons. So I want to be able to press them. It's a smiley face button.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. All they had to do was transport it in pristine condition along to the PlayStation. Boom, done. And they couldn't even do that. Couldn't resist the urge to go meddling with a beloved franchise.
Oh, and over there. The Serious Room 2013. Don't understand that entirely.
These were simpler times, Stanley. What I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here? Oh, no. Oh, God, no, Stanley. It's a collection of reviews from Pressurized Gas, the extremely popular online storefront for computer games. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they? Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
No, great. I don't know what they're talking about. Okay. Can be a little annoying at points, especially when I want to go exploring, but you know. And you obviously just want me to go a certain way, but I mean, I guess I kind of can't blame you, but like, at the same point in time.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I?
No.
You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can.
And you're not preachy.
This is actually quite shocking for me. I always, well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't. Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks are my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure.
Aww.
Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
Oh, I don't want to go near that. It's another bad review.
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button.
Wow.
A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have. And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people, and if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here,
I don't want
we'll
to.
pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue, and it goes something like this. The story and the choices, or what have you, and therefore by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so now you see, blah 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet. No, until 245.
No, that's just weird. I'm trying to figure out what's going on here.
The deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years. Until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime. It can't be. It's the only thing there is. How many billions left until so much more than forever ago? Which is why I say... the story and the choices, or what have you, and therefore
so you're just gonna repeat it until
so on and so forth, until inevitably
I don't want
we
to
all until the
do
end
that.
of time, at which time everything all at once. So now you see, blah 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 blah
Sorry.
Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that, of course, you need a description of it, but if I had to describe it, I'd say it was perhaps less of a rumination and more of a treatise. Or maybe a manifesto. Look, I'll outline it for you very briefly, and you can tell me what you think. Okay, so my theory is that any choice you've ever made is simply a series of choices made by the person who you are, or were, or will be at the time of having made said choice. That is to say, if by articulating a choice you've already made, you bring that choice into being, then by making no choice and saying nothing, are you not simply erecting in the sanctuary of time a monument to every person you've ever been, making every choice to which you've ever given your great gift of mortal
I don't want to skip
and yet
him.
timeless thought? Or rather, do all of the choices you've ever made, in fact, make you more not this kind of person, and in fact do the very opposite? You see, it could in fact be both of these things at once. That you are both making choices and not making choices, and that they are both affecting you and not affecting you at the same time by virtue of the fact that you both are and are not making them. Okay, at first, I was leaning towards manifesto, but now I'm going to circle around and slap the treatise label on this one. I think it has much more of a treatise vibe to it. But wouldn't you say that manifesto just has a much grander sort of tone? It has a mouthfeel that is rich with ambition and history. Ambitious history, if you will. See, now you've got me going back to manifesto. Heavens, at this rate, we're going to be here all day. Okay, look, I have a method for exactly this sort of situation, and I do find myself in this situation frequently. I'm going to say each word back and forth in repeated succession until I become sick of one or the other, in which case the word I am not sick of shall be the victor. It is an unimpeachable strategy, Stanley. It's rescued me from disaster in countless situations.
I think it worked.
All right. Here we go.
All right, go ahead.
Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto.
I think he's just gonna keep on continuing. It's not gonna actually stop, is it?
Manifesto.
Might come back at a point and see if it actually does, but...
Treatise,
Fine.
Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you?
Yep.
But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. I can't wait to see what Cookie 9 will say about this, and whether they'll edit the rating of their pressurized guest
imagine
review,
having a name
or at least
Cookie
change some of the
9.
wording, perhaps. To be honest, I don't even know if one can change their review in the first place. I guess I should become better educated on how exactly pressurized gas works. Perhaps that would have been a smart thing to check on before I went on about this whole exercise of making the skip button. Although I have to imagine that after seeing this exciting new technology at work, surely whoever it is who runs pressurized gas will instantly run out and implement a new feature to make it possible to edit one's review merely because of this very situation. Yes. I think that's quite likely. Or perhaps they'll simply grant this particular user the ability to change their review so that the feature is not widely abused. Look, I would even be okay with pressurized gas altering this particular review so that it reads as something more beneficial. Something along the lines of, this game is the best game. Let me start over. How about this? From the ashes of depravity rises... Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes?
Oh no, it's going to keep on getting longer.
Well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But at any rate, I do suggest that we not press the button again.
Okay.
I think the skip button has been aptly demonstrated.
Like, get me out of here.
And we can say goodbye to it and just... Wait. How do we get out of here?
Yeah,
Where
no,
did
the door's
door
gone.
go?
Yeah.
Wasn't there a door that led into this room?
Yes, there was.
I do feel quite certain that there was one
There
here
was
before.
definitely one here
How
before.
else would we have gotten into the room in the first place? I don't think one can enter a room without a door of some sort, or a
Yeah, exactly.
window or something like that. Do
Yep.
you see a window anywhere?
Nope.
A porthole?
Mm-mm.
A sufficiently
Nothing.
large crack in the wall? I'll
Nope.
take any of these. All I want is for us to move on and to
Yeah, I do.
please step away from the skip button, to go
I'm
anywhere
not even near
other
it.
than the skip button. There was a door here before, wasn't there? I
This is
swear
really
there
gonna be a
was.
long video.
Where
Oh
did it
my.
go?
It's
Can
like
you maybe
55 minutes
just
right now.
ram your way through a wall? Is there
I'm
any
gonna have
possibility
to.
that you could... Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours.
Oh.
You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone. I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls 1,000 times. And there's no door, Stanley. There's no door. There's just you and the button. And if you keep pressing it, I have no idea what will happen. I have no idea how long I'll be made to sit here. And more than anything else, I don't know how to stop you from pressing the button again. I can't control anything in this room, Stanley. I can't touch it. And I have to believe, I have to know that sooner or later, no matter how much I plead with you, you're going to press the button again. Why would you? I've been thinking and thinking, and I don't know what I can do to convince you otherwise. Oh my God. And it's all because of those reviews. Those reviews that I couldn't get out of my head. I just couldn't ignore the negative feedback.
Okay,
Why
I'm
was
gonna
it
have
so
to restart the
important for
recording.
me
This
to
one's about
fix
to end
the
on me.
problem? Why did Cookie Nine's
why I kind
opinion
of
matter so
hate
much to me? I've never
PlayStation's
even met
recordings,
Cookie Nine.
'cause it
I have
only
no idea who they
only
are.
go for an
What would
hour.
it ever really matter? But
It's quite
here I
literally
am, and
I'm just
fixating on
watching it
every
just-
tiny negative thing that anyone ever says about me.
I
The merest
thought
mention
it's
of
really
one
gonna
of
be a
my
long video.
imperfections, and I become as
I didn't want it
impetulant
to
as a
be,
child,
but here we are.
wild and impulsive.
I had
can't
to keep
help
on going.
myself. I
did
can't
it to
stop
myself.
myself from lashing out with a vengeful fury to alter and to change and to break anything unbroken, if only it pleases this one person who made a single negative
Yeah, I'm gonna
comment.
start the recording.
What does
He's
such
gonna
an
end up
impulse serve?
seeming a bit
For
weird for
whose
like a second,
benefit
but
is this?
just give me a second.
Boom, waiting for you
Okay.
to press this button and to become frozen in
Sure
time,
did.
knowing that you're going to do it and that I'm going to be stuck all alone, and that I had the... Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back.
Oh,
Oh,
my
my goodness. I have someone to talk to again.
Dark.
Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time. Just sitting here. Not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking and you saying nothing. Would you think that it's exactly the same as always? Doesn't that feel like what we've all... Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time. I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for 1 entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only...
You're gonna have to keep making me press this damn button. Narrator? Oh, what did I do? Ah. Ow, 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 I... This is...
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much, they said. First, he didn't...
There's something, right? There has to be something I'm missing. There has to be. There's no way I'm not. Can't be some endless cycle. Something's gotta change, right?
The end is never the end, 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 is never the end.
Okay. Whoa. It is starting to fall apart. Okay, we're having fun. Again? Oh, it's sunlight. Oh, it's light. Oh man, I wish I could get out. Dang it. I want out. And now we're here again. I don't like this. I really don't like it. Finally. Wow. Okay. This is interesting. I don't know where to go. Here. Do I actually press? Yeah, I can't press the button again, can I? Yeah, no, okay. If I just start wandering? Somewhere? Oh. Oh. What now? Wait, I'm back.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Oh.
What could it mean?
Oh.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
No. No. How about no? We're not doing this. Nope. Mm-mm. Yeah, we're gonna get to that.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his
I know, narrator. I feel so bad for you with everything that I put you through today. I'm so sorry. I definitely gonna have to come back. There's a lot more than I thought there was going to be. And now there's more that I don't even know where this is gonna go, and I guess I won't be able to go back through that blue door. You know, I'm assuming if it is different when I try and go through that new content thing, I'm assuming it was just gonna leave me the same way anyway. I hope. But, well, this is fun. Sorry about it being as long as it is. I mean, it's gonna be at least like an hour. Definitely. But either way, I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching, and I will be back on here. Like I said, comment down below, let me know if you know of any endings that I missed, that you know of, that I can get to, or certain things I can do, you know, little things, Easter eggs, etc. But, I guess I will see you guys in the next video. Like I said, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. And don't forget to like, subscribe, click the notification bell, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye!